Hi everyone, good morning, and this is your girl again, Folakemi, and it's Money Talk with Folakemi. So today I just quickly want to mention some warning sign of hypertension. But before we do that, let's quickly talk about the definition of hypertension according to CDC. CDC is Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Hypertension can be defined as the pressure inert on the wall of your arteries. Arteries are vessels that carry oxygenated blood from your heart to all parts of your body. And when the pressure on these arteries are too much, it can cause your blood pressure to go up. Now, there are two numbers you need to pay attention to, the upper number and the lower number. The upper number is the systolic number and the lower number is the diastolic number. The upper number happens when the force that happen when your heart is squeezing that blood into all parts of your body. Now, when the heart is done squeezing that body, when it is relaxed, the pressure in the artery is the lower number, the diastolic number. So the upper number is when your heart is pumping the blood. That is when you have the upper number and the lower number. The upper number, according to CDC, shouldn't be more than 120, and the lower number shouldn't be more than 80. Now, anything that makes that number to go up to 130 means is elevated, and the lower number down, anything that makes it go up to 90 means is elevated. So blood pressure, hypertension starts with any number above 130/90. And then if it's 140/90 and above, you are in stages of hypertension, because there are stages of hypertension. There's stage 1, there's stage 2, and there's stage 3. And now if you are in critical hypertension, like you have hypertension crisis, is anything above 180/120, you are in hypertensive crisis. Now, what are the symptoms we're talking about that we need to pay attention to? Throbbing headache from the back of your head or in front of your head, general weakness, shortness of breath. Shortness of breath happen when your lung is backing up. Your heart is overfilled and is backing up into your lungs. That is called pulmonary edema. There's water in your lungs and there's water in your heart. You have shortness of breath because you can't breathe properly. Your lungs is not functioning well and your heart as well is not functioning well. Another thing is blurred vision. Blurred vision happen when the arteries, the tiny arteries or the tiny blood vessels in the back of your eye are compromised. You might be bleeding at the back of your eye, so your eye is blood. You're seeing double vision. You're not seeing clearly. Another symptoms we need to pay attention to is nosebleed. Now, don't get me wrong. There are other signs and there are other causes of nosebleed, like direct force into your nose. If you have change of weather or you have some blood problem, your nose might bleed. That is, of course, another cause for it. But when your nose suddenly start bleeding, you have nosebleed suddenly, you have to speak up, you have to see your doctor. Now, for nosebleed, you have to make efforts to stop it immediately before you go to the hospital. We'll talk about that later. But first, when you start having nosebleed, pinch your nose and put your head forward and, try to stop the bleeding before you go to the hospital. Another signs and symptoms is chest pain. Yes, you heard me. Chest pain. Any pain coming from the middle of your chest towards the left side of your chest, that's where your heart is. It's very, very worrisome, especially if it looks as if somebody is pressurizing, is putting pressure on your chest, and the pain can radiate to your left arm, to your left shoulder. Sometimes it goes to your right shoulder, to the back, to your back, or to the back of your neck. Pay much attention to that. It's very, very important. Or all of a sudden, you start feeling like your heart wants to come out of your body. Like that is called palpitation. It means your heart is racing so fast. You need to quickly speak up. You need to go to the hospital immediately. And one thing I tell people is, hypertension is a silent killer. A lot of people walk around with critical high blood pressure and they don't know because they don't have the symptoms. And people like that is really, really dangerous, especially if you don't go to hospital, if you don't do your physical assessment every year. And there is no how you will know, especially if you are asymptomatic. There is no how you will know if you don't do your regular blood pressure check every day or every week. There is no how you will know you have hypertension. So you have to check your blood pressure regularly. You have to go to the hospital regularly. You have to check. You have to do your physical assessment. Your physical assessment regularly, and you have to do diet modification. When you go to see your doctor, they want to identify the reason why you are having that high blood pressure, and they put you on a regime. Sometimes they monitor your lifestyle. They tell you to quit smoking, quit drinking, reduce your calorie intake, reduce your cholesterol before it all depends on the type of hypertension you have, okay? But please, you need to check your blood pressure regularly. You have to have the automated blood pressure machine at your disposal. You need to check your blood pressure at least twice a week or 3 times a week, and you have to do your physical assessment regularly. It's becoming so worrisome, the number of younger generations that are developing stroke and people that are going on blood pressure modification and medications every day. Is becoming so worrisome, and the mortality rate is on the increase every day. It's on the rise every day, and that's the reason why we're doing this short video. Please, I will stop here today. If you have any concern, you can talk to me, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do. You still have to go and see your doctor. But if you have any concern, please let me know, and please don't forget to like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you so much, and thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next on our next episode, and please don't forget to click the notification button. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.